Hello guys, welcome to the video. The main purpose of this video is to show you how to download and install and configure virtual machine. Now, why you need that one in ISMG 2050, we're going to mainly talk about two Microsoft products, Excel and Access. And those two softwares are available on Windows. Excel, although it's still available on Mac, but you will find it different than the slides and my tutorials. So I encourage you, if you have a Mac machine, to install both Excel and Access at the beginning. You will find it more consistent. But the most important part is Excel is available on Mac, but Access is not. So the last 4 sections of this course going to be Access, and you're definitely going to need to install virtual machine in your Mac in order to do the assignments and everything. So I'm going to show you some demonstrations here. I'm not going to go on the full demonstrations. I also posted some video links you can watch. I'm going to be on and off, try to maybe do something in the background, not waiting and wasting your time there. So I just want to make sure that I can stop recording. Yeah, I can. So this is my Windows machine. You can see that I have Excel. If you go to Microsoft Office, I have Access and Excel here, and it's available free for you if you are a UCD student. And it's available through, go to this link, I provided it there. So you go to Office 360, you log in with your account, and you'll be able to download this in your either your Mac or your Windows. But if you're downloading the Office 365 in your Mac, you'll be only downloading the Excel and you're not downloading the Access. Now at the beginning, you have to have the VirtualBox. There are several products out there. I'm personally using this one. This link's also available in the syllabus, so you just go and click on that one. This is the most recent OS X host. So host means your computer, your Mac computer. Guests are the virtual machines that you're going to create, which is the Windows virtual machine. So you need to download 2 files here, which is the VirtualBox. This is a software you need to download. You go and read all of the descriptions here. I don't know what's your operating system, but you can also go down there and find other older builds there. So this is the most recent one. I think it's assumed that you have the recent operating system, but you can go here, VirtualBox, older versions, you can read about these. I don't know which one is suitable for you, but I'm using a one here, so I'm going to show you a demonstration there. Also, you need a Windows operating system. So there is a link where you can actually download your Windows here. There's another link that say you can download a trial version, which I think is going to work for 90 days. I haven't tried this, but you have to go and read how you're able to download the operating system. So this is the link I provide. If you're a business school, you will be able to find a free version here, like a full version with the activation code and everything. You just go and search for our school. So University of, Colorado, Denver. This should be the one, University of Denver Business School. So if you click on that one, it will suggest that you go to the web store. So if you click on that one, it will take you to our. If you already have an account, you can log in. If you don't, you go and register. Then you'll be able to log in and download a full operating system, which is Windows 10. Okay. So I assume you already done that. I already have the files here downloaded. So I have the Windows 10, I have the VirtualBox, and I will show you how to set up those two. And finally, you will go to this link again from your virtual machine to download the Office product. Okay, so it's going to be all, Excel and Access together. All right. So let's start by assume that you downloaded the VirtualBox. So I'm running on Windows here. So my version is going to be Windows, but yours is going to be OS X presumably. So this is my Windows VirtualBox. I'm just going to go and double click on that one. It will ask me, I want to run that and say yes. It's a simple setup. You just go and click next, next, next. Everything is set up for you. You don't have to do anything crazy there. If you want to keep all of the shortcuts everywhere, you can do that. I don't want that one. I'll go next, and yes, ready to install. It's just simple, next, 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 and you just install the host. This is not the host, sorry. This is the VirtualBox software that will allow you to run virtual machines. Okay. Yes. I'll go through a regular setup. It might take a while, depends on your busy system. I know it's that one. Yes, okay, install it. I already have mine installed on Mac, so it's a big problem to remove it and install it again. So anything that tells you install, just do it. I don't think it's going to harm anything. We'll do that. And this is the finish of the setup. So I click finish, I will start the software. So this is the software, and you can see that there is no virtual machines. If you create virtual machines, you're gonna see 1, 2, 3, how many virtual machines you can create here. I'm gonna create one now and see how that works. You need your Windows iOS file, ISO file, in order to complete the setup. So make sure you download the Windows version operating system in your host. This is my host. This is going to be my guest virtual machine here inside. Just go and click next. I will call this Windows 10. I'll understand that it's a Windows 10. There are different builds here. I'm using the 64. You might need to use the 32. It depends on your machine. Usually, if you go to computer or in your Mac somewhere and try to find if your build is a 64 or 32 operating system, usually it's going to be 64. You don't have to worry about that. Usually, if you have a new Mac. Okay, so I'm going to use that one. I'm going to click next. It will ask you how much memory you want to assign to the virtual machine. So let's say your host, your Mac, has 8 gigabytes, and you want to assign, let's say, 2 gigabytes to be dedicated for the virtual machine when you run it. All right. So here I'm going to use the default. I'm going to use 2. Probably you don't need that much if you're only running small softwares, but you might need to increase that to a higher. So I might use, I'm going to use actually more. So I'm going to use about 4 here, since it's my first machine. So I'm going to use about 4 gigabytes when I run the virtual machine. I'll click next. It'll ask you, do you want to use a hard drive or want to create a new hard drive? Since you already just started this, you need to create a new one. You don't have anyone before, so you want to create one. And it's the default one, the BDI VirtualBox disk image. I'll ask you, do you want it to dynamically allocate or fixed size? I'll just leave it as dynamic. So it will start as small size, and as you need more space to your guest operating system, it will expand. So just leave it as it is. Click next. This will ask you about the file allocation. So it will start at 32 gigabytes. Leave the default, so you don't have to change anything there. And you click create. Now you created kind of like a hard disk inside your hard disk. This hard disk called Windows 10. And you're going to use this virtual hard disk to install Windows. Okay. So what you need to do there is you go to setting, and you might do some extra configurations there. So the display and everything, you just can leave everything as it is. But I assume that the storage here, you need to allocate a disk here. That this should be our operating system there. So if you go to storage, empty, I still have to figure this out. I have a long time I did that. So I will stop and come back to you once I figure this out. Okay, so I think I figured that out. So this is kind of like a virtual CD drive in your virtual machine. So you assume that you want to insert an image here to run it inside your virtual machine. So you need to go to this disk here and click on it and choose virtual optical disk. This is going to be your Windows ISO file. So if you go to download, this is your file here that you downloaded from either websites that I showed you before. So you click on that one, click open. So as if you put a physical CD in your computer, this is going to be a virtual CD drive. You just click OK. And now what you're going to do is just go and boot or start this VirtualBox, okay, or virtual machine. So you just go and click start. As you start, it will notice that there is a disk inside. That's new. Okay, so you will assume that there's a disk inside it, so you run Windows from that machine. Now you'll be able to run Windows machine inside your Mac by doing so. Okay. This will take a long time, so I will just go through the setup and set up the whole Windows inside and come back to you later. Okay, so it's just the next configuration as probably most of you done before. Okay. So when it comes to the activation, if you have a product key, if you download your version using the Skoll Web Store, our store here, you will be provided this key here to you'll be provided a product key there. But I think if you download it from that other website here, I think you can bypass this requirement. I don't have a product key. I think it will allow you for a trial version or something. So I'm going to try that and see if that it works, and I'll tell you at the end of the video. So I'm going to click on I don't have a product key. I already have one, but I'm going to try this and see if that's going to work. It might work, so I will just try and let you know, okay? This option, I think you need to install Windows. It's not an upgrade, so I think this option is for if you already have, let's say, Windows 7, you want to upgrade to Windows 10, you click on that one. But in this case, you want to install a new Windows. This is our drive that we created before, so we don't have to do anything on that one. Just click next. I will start installing here. Get back to you once everything is already set up. The system will restart maybe a few times. You will see something here at the top. It'll tell you like press any key to boot from CD. Don't do that. That's going to redo the things again. So just let it go until it finishes everything and your system is on, okay? So I got into this screen now. This is a setup for the operating system. So I'll just use the Express setting here. It might also take a while, but if you get this options, or one of these two options, click the other one, the local Active Directory domain. It'll give you a local account, so in order to control your guest machine. Next. Give it a name, my PC, for example. If you want to enter a password, do that. If you don't want to, I think it will allow you to pass by that. Bypass it, yes, no. You should. I mean, you might get a warning message or something. So you can see your Windows machine is going to be inside here. The outside here is going to be your Mac. Because I'm installing this Windows, you're going to see a Windows here. But in your case, if you download this app or application in your Mac, you're going to see your Mac here. You're going to see that desktop popping up here, and this is going to be your Windows machine inside here. Still configuring, so I will stop and come back. Oh, now it started. I'm happy too, so just skip this, please. Getting things ready, don't turn off your PC. You can see that there's a preview was going on, what's happening inside your virtual machine here. So if you can like minimize this one, you can monitor it from this side. So you can see that we have one virtual machine. You can create more. I mean, if your host can hold many operating systems, you can install Windows, Mac, Linux, name it. So you have different options to install different machines, and you can also run them at the same time. It all depends on the capability of your host, your Mac in general. I'm gonna stop here and get back to you when everything is done. So finally, everything is ready now. So you can see that I have Windows 10 inside this is my Windows 7 here. In your case, it's gonna be your Mac OS X system. So you can see this is my host. This is my guest. This is another system inside your system run by this application. So here you'll be able to download Office. So Office is not here by default, so you have to go and download Office. I'm gonna try. Some people don't like the Edge, the Microsoft Edge. I think they still have the Explorer somewhere buried inside these applications, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite a good fan now with the Mac. So I'm just gonna use Edge now, and there's a trick here you can do. So you can actually share clipboard between your host and guest. I assume that. So I'm gonna go here and copy the address of that website that you can use to download Office. So I'll go here. Let's see if that's gonna work. No, you have to. You need to type that. Okay, what is that? Two edges there. One, just one. Okay, so the internet is already set up for you, so it will use your host internet connection, but you have to go to this website. I provided also the link. You have to go to Office of Information Technology, Departments, you go to Enterprise Computing, then you select Office 360 and you log in with your account, and you will be able to see that you can download Office here. So you can click install. You select your language, your version. Doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter if you use 32 bits or 64. You just click install, and then you're going to be installing Word, Excel, Access. This is important. Excel and Access. It's going to be installed in your virtual machine. So this is your virtual machine. It's going to be installed here, not in your host. Okay. Then you'll be able to use this to solve homeworks and just follow the assignments and everything. Anything you save is going to be inside this machine. So you need to transfer it to your email. You can open your email here, or your Dropbox, or your OneDrive. You just save your files there. You can access UCD from here. Canvas, you can access Canvas from here and just work on this virtual machine. There are a lot to do using this one, but this is what you actually need for this course. If you decide to keep this virtual machine is up to you. If you don't want to, if once you finish, you can actually, I'm going to close this. This is an application inside. So you just go and shut down this virtual machine. So you can go here and click power and shut down. So you're shut downing or turning off your virtual machine, not your host. Okay, this is your guest. So you shut down this this box actually, and it's now off. You want to turn it on again. You open the VirtualBox manager. It's going to be somewhere in your application. So if you go to your application folder and you run it, you see something like this. This is the one that we created. So you click start, and that will start your virtual machine again. And you, of course, you're going to see all the applications, all the files that you download, and everything is going to be inside here. That this is what I told you about before. So don't press any key once you start the setup from the beginning. We should go and take that away. I will show you how to do that. But yeah, this is I didn't provide the product key. So if you can find any version of the Windows 10 or any, I think it will work with any other Windows operating systems. You can download them. It didn't ask me for activation or product key. I think it's gonna run for like 90 days or so. It's kind of like maybe enough to pass the course, although the course is about like 4 months. And so yeah, so this is how you go again and start your guest operating system. Again, I don't recommend it. You can click X here and it will shut it down, but that's kind of like you pressing your power button in your physical machine and just turn off the computer that way. That might damage some of the files. Your operating system might, or the virtual machine might not work next time. So I would recommend that shut it down normally. So you go into the menu and shut down and start from here as usual. So again, if you go back and you'll see everything. If you save anything inside here, it's gonna stay there. This machine use all the resources that you have in your host machine. So if you put anything in your CD drive, or if you plug in any USB in your hard machine, if you're hardware in your Mac, you will see it through this virtual machine here. Okay, it's very fun to play with. Kind of impress other people. It's like if you're expanding the screen and you can see that it's a Windows, but the environment here is Mac. Sometimes it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna go and shut down this again. Shut it down. Shouldn't take a while. Shouldn't take much. I was just gonna go and remove that disk that we put before, because every time you're gonna run virtual machines, you're gonna see that message say like press any key to run from CD. We don't want to see that anymore because you already set up the operating system. So I'm gonna go here, setting, storage. This is the machine that I wanted. This will remove the whole drive. I don't want to do that. I want to go here and remove the virtual drive, virtual disk. So this is going to be empty now. It's like ejecting the CD-ROM and taking the DVD out from it. Make sure you click OK, and that's it. When you run it next time, you won't see that message. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions, go to the discussion. There should be a special thread for this. I will try to monitor that, help you as much as I can, but feel free to help yourself and help others. Thank you.